Woohoo! Going diving. After almost 16 months without a dive, it was really good to get back in the water to test out our gear and shake off the scuba cobwebs. This was the perfect place as it was fairly shallow, had only a mild surface current, and we were there with our friends on Linnea, who are experienced divers. All of us were pleasantly surprised with the sea life. The rocky mounds were filled with fish, eels, and octopus.
And I am your fearless leader. Watch out, as we are going to go to the beach right over there. Swim to the beach.
You can't bring the dinghy in.
And then we're gonna go up and try to get up on this hill up here as quickly as possible. Find a goat track. There are goats living here. Come all the way up to the top ridge, and then all the way over here. And we got a bushwhack because there's no trails. So we're gonna see how this goes today. No adventure, nothing gained.
This is gonna be a nightmare. So we've successfully gotten up this high, pretty good, considering it's all bushwhacking. Starting to be able to see a view of the bay, which is really pretty.
This is a well-traveled path. Now this is good right here. Well, that could be good too. I think you own it. Oh, look at that thing. The sweaty trio and the third is coming down the hill. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ian from the UK on a boat called Ruffian. He's an explorer. He actually got us all into this, didn't he?
Bonkers.
And then I agreed. I said, yeah, sounds like a great idea. And the voice of reason kept us from getting killed today.
Stop the ridgeline walk, which
Yeah.
has potentially saved our lives.
She
Or
did.
maybe she was just too cautious, I don't know. Oh man. I have to time this really well. We made it! We didn't die.
No, we didn't.
It's about 5 in the morning and we are prepping the boat to get out of here. Hoping that this is going to be a good day and not a bash against the wave and the winds. We got a 50-mile journey today.
To a beautiful place, one of the most beautiful places on earth, and what a blessing it is to be able to go there and to have a weather window that hopefully we can make it back. It's one of these sail it back. When we're sailing, we don't like to sail back places, especially when it's against the wind.
And we have our friends on Tortorella who are gonna come with us. We hate leaving this Anchorage, and all of our friends who have been here, it has been so much fun. Literally have done so many things and just been a kind of a celebration of crossing the Pacific Ocean with everyone we've met either in Panama or before that. It's been a great celebration to see everyone here. So we're all kind of going in our own direction now, and we'll run into everyone again. It's just a matter of time. So it's been really pretty amazing, right? The community has been incredible here.
Well, hopefully not everyone, and you know who you are.
One of our engines isn't starting for some reason. It's been a little bit finicky. I'm trying to figure it out. A ton of fuel.
So maybe voltage.
So we've got a bypass system here. All right, press. We have had intermittent issues with our port engine, and this morning Brown tried to start it and it started, but then it stops. So he has re-screwed on the top of the Rayco filter and still not starting. And we're off. Only one engine running, but we're gonna work on it on the way and hopefully get that up and running then. Oh man, this is absolutely stunning. Well, it's been a day of very light winds, and we are motor sailing. Doing fairly well, 4.5 knots, speed over ground. But we got pretty shifty winds and they're super light, 8.5 knots, 9 knots. But we can see Fatu Hiva right there. 10 knots of apparent wind at about between 30 and 45 degrees. Tough angle to sail at. Not enough wind for sure. So I'm doing 4.8 with the one engine running. Oh man, we're so close, so close.
Wow!
We did it!
We've always wanted this.
Wow. We really thought this was gonna be a hard day of sailing, well, beating into the wind, and it turned out to be a really pleasant day of motor sailing and then sailing. So we're so excited to be here now, and the trip out of here will be super easy because it's with the wind. The enchanted island of Fatu Hiva, with its jagged peaks, lush foliage, and lava canyons, looks like a movie set, and for many of us, a place we have dreamed about for so long, knowing that to see this place in person, we had to cross the Pacific Ocean to have the privilege of dropping our anchor in the shadow of her mountains. It was even more absurdly stunning than we could have ever imagined. Since the island is the farthest southeast in the Marquesan chain, it's much easier to stop at this oasis before checking into the country. However, doing so is technically illegal, and therefore we didn't want to take the chance of jeopardizing our long-stay visa, so we went to Hiva Oa first. Because of its jaw-dropping beauty, the Anchorage is often packed with boats and very difficult to find a place to anchor. Inside of 30 feet, the sea bottom is all rock. In the middle, there is no holding. On the sides of the bay, you find the best sand, but only a few boats anchor in less than 60 feet, and everyone else is hoping to hold in 90 feet or more. This is super deep and out of all of our comfort zones. And as soon as a strong wind blows, boats always drag, and the boat shuffle begins. There are 2 towns on the island, Hanavave and Omoa, each with 300 inhabitants, and all of the residents are related. Our driver told us that most of the islanders meet their partners at boarding school in Tahiti or at one of the festivals. The 2 towns are less than 10 miles apart, but it takes about 1.5 hours to drive the partially concrete, partially dirt roads up and over the mountains. This is incredible. This is the halfway point between Hanavave and Omoa, and the families will meet here if they want to see each other instead of having to make the whole trip to the one or the other village.
Absolutely.
That's so cool. While Omoa would probably be considered stunning in any other setting, its beauty pales in comparison to its sister village, Hanavave.
So here we are in Oma. We're having just a great day, seeing the town and also the countryside in between the 2 cities in Fatu Hiva. And here is where you get the gasoline. And it's not like at home where you just pull up to a pump and get it. It's like you gotta ask around and find out where it is today if they have it at all. So we're on the hunt, because our friends are going to the Tuamotus and they're just trying to top off the tank. Right over here is where the petrol is stored. You can see it in there, and it's locked up right now. So we have to go to the market and find the person who has the key to come back. And
Bruna's cousin.
Bruna's cousin. Bruna knows all the important people. Right, Bruna? Yeah.
A good driver.
That's right. The best. That's right. Oh yeah, what a great day.
Hanavave doesn't have a boulangerie, so we were hoping here in Oma that we would be able to pick up some baguettes, but the boulangerie is already closed. It's only 9 in the morning, but it's closed, and Bruna's trying to find the owner to see if they have any spare ones to sell us. No. Oh.
Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday for the bread.
The boulangerie is only open until 7:30 in the morning. Who's going to go get bread that early? Oh, what a beautiful morning. And it doesn't get much better than that. Look at that view. Absolutely amazing. Especially these rock formations. And I love that there are goats that sleep in the middle of those rock formations at night. It's incredible. So we are going on a hike today. Well, actually, we're gonna go on land, explore the town, maybe do a hike to a waterfall, fly off the drones before we fly them off the boat that they're operating correctly.
Get some fresh fruit and veg, if possible.
A little exercise. And we're going with our friends on Tortorelle.
Yep.
Yes,
Right
we
there,
are.
Ann and Ian. So off we go, let's do it. This is a really nice dinghy dock for a small town in the middle of nowhere. They do say we're supposed to stay away from this center section because there's a ferry that comes in. So that's what we're doing. Ça va? The hike to the waterfall was incredibly scenic, both on the road and through the jungle, as we passed through fields of palm trees, waded through streams, and pulled ourselves up the mountain to arrive at a 200-foot tall cascade. Okay, what was more like a trickle of water, but it was definitely worth the hike. And on the way back to town, we stopped by the houses of locals to pick up fruit, coconuts, and herbs. Thankfully, we were given a full demonstration on how to easily shuck a coconut. Oh.
Oh, that's great.
As the sun set over the beautiful valley, we were so thankful to have the time in this amazing place. And while we were looking forward to more exploration and time with friends, we didn't know that this was actually going to be our last night in Fatu Hiva. Join us next week to find out why we had to leave and where we had to go in order to remain safe for both Blown Away and her crew.